Hello, Aries. Aries, how are you? How are you? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. Ugh. Doesn't time just feel like it's going so quickly? So many changes, so many new things. Time and ugh. So what you been doing, Aries? Listen, I went to this workshop today. I'm sharing this with everybody. I went to this workshop today and they were talking about manifestation. Now, I already do my own manifestation. I write everything down. I put stuff in journals. I love to write. Do you love to write? Do you write things down? Do you know what you want out of life? I ask that question to a lot of people, and some people just pause. And it's like they can't figure it out. I'm talking about the big picture, what it is, where you see yourself, how you expect to arrive at that destination. What are you doing to get there? What steps are necessary? What career choices do you have? Everything. It's so many questions, but when you manifest, you have to know what it is that you want and be specific. You have to be specific. So I'm just checking in with people just to get a clue, because some people, it takes them a minute. Not everybody could do it on the spot, unless this is something you've been praying on and hoping for and wanting. You have a list, self-determination. What is it that you want, Aries? Tell me. Can you think of it quickly? Or you got to sit down and focus and think of it. Some people know off the bat. They got a plan. Spirits, talk to us and see what's going on with Aries. Let them know what message is available to them. Please, here we go. Wow. This came out for somebody else a little while ago, and I mixed these cards up. So this is definitely a card for our Aries. Wow. So it's a grand symphony. And like I was explaining, a grand symphony, as you know, is a big old band, right? And everybody has a specific role in that symphony. And it's organized, the music is played according to the band members, and each section is broken up. Now, here you are, Aries. You're working towards a goal. But in a band, you have to fit in with whatever instrument you're designated to play. So the question is, what instrument are you going to play? You have to be able to know where you want to fit in. Now, it's not in the sense that they are choosing for you. You are choosing for yourself. Where do you see yourself? When you manifest in life, where do you want to be? And how do you want to get there? What are the steps necessary? You have to be able to answer those questions. You have to know. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? What state do you want to live in? What job do you want? What career do you want to have? These are all things that are organized and designated and categorized according to where you want it. Because you're going to determine what you want. There's so many jokes that I hear people say about different things. But of course, it's always the one about, people, okay, like I said, my friend, she's talking about, girl, I prayed for a man. I wanted a man. And I said, you have a man? She said, do I? Do I really have a man? Or do I have some kind of broke, busted down man? It's still a man. That's not what I wanted. I said, what did you pray for? Did you pray for educated man? Did you pray for an employed man? Did you pray for a man that's going to be supportive of you, your career, your kids? What did you pray for? Were you specific? Silence. Silence is telling. She didn't pray for any of those things. She just prayed to have a man so she could show a man off to her friends and let them know she got a man. That's not what she wanted. That's not what she even prayed for. Or at least she never was specific. So therefore, what she was seeking, she didn't receive. People always want to know why you got this, or why this one got that, or why that one got. People who manifest specifically for what they want. I want to go to school and earn my degree as an attorney. I want to go to school and earn my degree as a teacher. Whatever it is. Once you know what you want, then you research for the specific steps you need to take in order to obtain it. I just want a man. Okay? A dumb man, a smart man, an educated man, a loving man, a supportive man. What kind of man do you want? I want a car. You go to a dealership. Are you going to say, I want a car? Or are you going to be specific in type of vehicle you're seeking out? Four-wheel drive, color, all these things. Just as you're specific with those type of topics and categories, you need to be specific with your life. That's why I say, even if it's 30 minutes on a Monday with us, focus on being specific for what you want to manifest on. Have a list. I talk about this all the time with my son, my oldest son anyway, because I have 2 sons and a daughter. So my son wanted a specific vehicle, and he decided that he was going to have that vision board, because I told him, you got to be specific with what you want, what kind of car you want, everything. And he created a vision board, and I said, cut out pictures, go online, find a vehicle, print it out, do everything, and make your vision board a big collage. And he was telling his friend, and his friend was like, man, you can't get that vehicle, that's not for us. We're not going to be able to qualify for something like that. Then he comes back, he's like, Mom, I'm not even going to bother because, I was speaking to my friend, and he was like, we're not even going to qualify for it. That's not made for us. I said, excuse me? I said, what did I tell you about letting other people decide for you what's specific to you? Oh, okay. So he went on with his vision board, and he would manifest on it and pray about it and things. And then I was telling him I saw the vehicle, he needed to call this dealership and everything. He's like, nah. He said, for them to turn me down, I don't want to be disappointed, my feelings hurt. I said, then what are you doing then? That's self-defeating attitude. You already know that you're going to fail, so why bother? Why manifest on it if you already know the response? What are you doing? So he said, well, I'm going to be at work and everything anyway. I said, call them. So he called them, gave them his information and everything, and they told him they would reach back out to him. And he like, they ain't going to call me. They're going to deny me. I'm like, I'm so sick of hearing this. You have to be positive and decisive when it's something for you. How would anybody else support anything you do if you don't even support it? If you've been praying and manifesting and looking at your vision board and doing all these things, give yourself a chance. What are you doing? So he said, okay, Mom, okay. So Aries, this is what I'm telling you. So he says, Mom. I'm like, yes. He said, Mom. I'm like, yes. He said, I said, what? And he said, they called me. I said, oh. He said, they approved me, Mom. They approved me for the car. And they told me I could pick it up later today. I just need $500 extra, but other than that, I'll put it with the money I got and I'll be able to get it. Can you lend it to me and I'll pay you in my next payday? I said, of course. So he was so happy. He said, can you meet me over there, because I'm going to have to drop my car and then ride with you to go get the vehicle, and then I'll bring it home. And I said, okay, no problem. He said, Mom, you were right. You were right. And the vehicle is was a 350, was a 350Z or whatever. And it had a wing on it and everything. Beautiful car. And I, picked him up, got him over there after work and stuff. And he got the keys and he hugged me so tight. He said, Mom, I would not have gone for it if you didn't push it. I said, you pushed it yourself because you manifested it. I just helped you to find it, and you went and got approved for it. He said, right, right, right. So he said, all right, I'm getting ready to go. He's in the car and, makes this sound. And then I said, where you going? I said, never mind. I know where you're going. You're going by your friend who told you couldn't get it, right? He said, how you know? I said, I know you. And he came back home later and he was like, I parked right in front of his house and I didn't come out the car. I just sat in it. And his father was in the garage working on a vehicle because his father does mechanical work as well. And he blew the horn. So the father came out and is like, who's parked by my driveway and stuff like that. And he's looking in the vehicle and he opened the door and came out the car. And his father's like, oh, and he was like, wow, I was so happy. And then my friend came out the house and because he heard his father and he said his friend was looking. He said, that's you? And he was like, yep. He's like, oh. And I always remember that because of the joy that exuberated from my son. Somebody told him that he could not qualify for a vehicle like that. And he almost allowed this other individual to make him feel that he wasn't in the category to qualify for something like this. So why waste your time and bother? Anything that you want in this world, you don't have to belong to any specific group, but you have to be decisive as far as what it is you're seeking. He knew he wanted that car. He saw himself sitting behind the wheel in this vehicle. And even though he was almost distracted and swayed, I had to reel him back in and let him know, go back to the drawing board. What have you been praying on? What have you been manifesting on? What is it that you've been wanting? You've been decisive. You've written down what you wanted. The only thing he didn't write down was the color. Everything else he had. This was a nice purple vehicle with a wing that he fell in love with. And his friend almost made him believe that he wasn't a part of the symphony that could drive that car. And what I'm saying to you, Aries, anything worth having is worth working for, is worth manifesting on, is worth praying about. Do not let the voices of other people on the outside sway you and distract you from obtaining what you've manifested on. If you pray for something and you believe that you're going to receive it, who's to stop you and who's to say? You have to manifest what it is that you want so you have a fighting chance of getting what it is. My point to you is, write down, make it tangible, figure out the steps necessary to get it, and go for it. Believe in you, believe in yourself, and believe in your manifestation. And most important, be specific. And do not allow the judgment call of others to determine how you proceed in life. Peace and love, Aries. Keep manifesting on what you want in life until you receive it. Until you receive it. Peace and love until we talk again. Have a good one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And believe so your manifestations can manifest. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.